What's happening, my friends? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. William Old School Arant, hashtag JBT. Ray Madison, straight out of New Jersey. The Mighty Rise Podcast, hashtag JBT. Tim Layton, hashtag JBT. Mike Masick. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Storyon. Today, the Jbt Panel Discussion. So how's everybody this Monday afternoon? You know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Storyon. And that's me, your friendly neighborhood box historian, coming to your neighborhood, handing out that boxing history. That's right, the greatest sport of them all. And that's why we love it, can't get enough of it. Boxing, our sport. Did everybody have a good weekend? Enjoy those 2 fight cards we had. The big heavyweight undisputed is over. Usyk gets king of the heavyweight. But it didn't last long. I'm hearing they stripped him already. How can they do that? The man wasn't even undisputed for 2 complete days. That's crazy. But we're going to talk about that on the JBT panel discussion today. I'm going to drop the link around 2:30. But it's a great time to be a sports fan, man. We got the NBA playoffs down to their version of the Final Four. We got the Pacers going up against the Celtics in the East. Game 1 tomorrow. We got the Mavericks against the Timberwolves in the West. Game 1 Wednesday. And the Pacers went up there to New York and blew the Knicks off the map in their own home, on their own home court. And of course, the Timberwolves beat Denver in Denver, so both home teams lost Game 7. Well, this is when I really start getting into basketball, because the rest of the season, they're just going through the motion. Running up down the court, no defense. But they playing ball now. Got the NHL, got a Game 7 tonight in that. And then we got our sport, the greatest sport of them all. Boxing is on fire. Just a great time to be a sports fan. Great fight Saturday. I thought Fury was controlling it. Early, middle part of the fight. I don't know why he was playing around so much. But a lot of people complaining about the referee saved Fury from a knockout. But I remember when Fury got that long count against Wilder, a lot of the same people was okay with that. But they didn't like it when Fury got the preferential treatment against Usyk. Remember that? Wilder had him knocked out in the first fight. They didn't call it. And then I think it was the third fight, he got like a 16-second count. And I didn't hear all the complaining then. So, let it go. And Usyk didn't get the knockout, but he still got undisputed for a few minutes. How can they do that when the man is the rematch scheduled already or something? There might not be a rematch, so I just thought it was kind of quick to strip the man. But remember, the IBF did the same thing to Bud Crawford. Remember? So I just don't understand that. But Jbt Panel Discussion today. Let's preview the week right quick. Of course, today is the Jbt Panel Discussion. Tomorrow is going to be about boxing in the Olympics. We're going to look at a little history of boxing in the Olympics. You know, it started way back in ancient time, 688 BC. That was a minute ago, wasn't it? And then we're going to it started in the modern Olympics in 1904 in St. Louis, Missouri. We're going to start there, look at every Olympics all the way up to the last one in 2020. Well, it was 2021. It's supposed to be 2020, but the COVID, they actually had it in 2021. And we're going to look at all of them tomorrow. And then we're going to look at some boxers that won medals in the Olympics that went on to have great professional careers, became world champions. And we got the Olympics coming up this summer. Paris, right? I believe it's Paris. Yeah, we got the Olympics coming up this summer. And then Wednesday is the show where I take a suggestion from somebody in the chat. And this week's show is on Wednesday. It's going to be brought to you by Al Booger. It's going to be about judges. I know I did judges like late last year, but Al Booger requested it. So I'm going to do it again. Let's look at the criteria that the judges use, or supposed to use, because some of these fights, I don't know what they're using. Sometimes I wonder if I'm watching the same fight they judging, you know? I'm saying I must be on the wrong channel or something. Some of these decisions. But yeah, that's Wednesday, all about judges. And we're going to even look at a few judges, do a profile on them, look at their careers and type of training they use, that kind of stuff. And we're also going to look at some boxing rules Wednesday, like the Queensberry rules. That's Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to look at women's boxing, a little history of it, and look at some women boxing. There's some always profiling the men all the time. We're going to look at 10 or 15 women's boxing and look at their careers. Some former women's boxers and some active women's boxers. And you know, women's boxing is really the most popular it's ever been right now, because I did a pound for pound list, top 10 women a while back. 5 years ago, I couldn't even name 10 women's boxers. So yeah, women boxing has come a long way. Jake Paul is getting them paid and everything. And Jake is getting them 12 3-minute rounds. So that's going to be Thursday. And the profile this week is going to be the will of the Wisp, Willie Pep. One of the greatest defensive fighters ever, and also arguably the greatest featherweight of all time, Willie Pep. That's Friday. Yep. But did everybody have a good weekend? Mine was okay. Enjoyed the fight. We got 5 fight cards this week. This is the Pro Box Week Wednesday, and then we got a card Friday from Leeds, England. Wait a minute, Friday is the 24th. Friday is from Poland, excuse me. I can't pronounce this city it's in, but it's in Poland. And then Saturday we got 3 cards. Hold up for a minute. Yes, Saturday we have 3 cards. Of course, we got the Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor rematch. Of course, this time it's not for any belts. It's a shame they robbed that young man of undisputed, 4-belt undisputed. You know, Jack Catterall should be in the record books, but they robbed him. And now all the belts are gone. That's where the card is Friday, right there in the chat. Rizal, something like that, Poland. And then Saturday, we got one from Leeds, England. That's the Jack Taylor, Josh Catterall card. And we also got a card Saturday coming from Quebec, Canada. Christian Billy. Christian, no defense in Billy. They say his offense is his defense, but that's dangerous. Because you get a good counter punch and catch with something in between all that offense. I'm saying as soon as Billy steps in there with a puncher, somebody like a Benavidez or Morrell or Canelo, he's going to sleep. But he's fighting Saturday, Mark Heffron from Quebec, Canada. And there's also a third card on Saturday, and that's from Copenhagen, Denmark. Dina Thorson, it's a women's, Dina Thorson That's for the WBC and WBO bantamweight women's titles. Dina Thorson versus Seren the 10. And that's it. Yeah. 5 cards this week. Pro Box Wednesday, a card Friday, and 3 cards Saturday. So I think, like I said, we can safely answer that question. Remember earlier in the year, we used to always talk about how good 2023 was, and the question was, could 2024 top 2023? I think we can safely say yes. 2024 is going to do it, man, because what we had, what we got coming up, and we still got to fill in the schedule for the rest of August, September, October, November, December. So 2024 definitely has it. I guess soon we can start asking in 2025, top 2024. Yeah, but we got a lot to talk about today on the Jbt Panel Discussion. I just want to get everybody's thoughts on that Usyk getting stripped. That's ridiculous. And the Navarrete fight, Berinchek, whatever, however you pronounce his name. You know how I'm on names. I'm a butcherer when it comes to names. His name ain't Smith or Johnson or Davis, like the face of boxing, then I can't pronounce it. Okay? One time I couldn't pronounce my own. Sewell, Sewell. Most people say Sewell. But yeah, big weekend. Yeah, Mike Mason. Great weekend of boxing coming up. And the past weekend and great weekend coming up. So we're going to be busy this weekend as boxing fans. And on top of all that, like I said, Pro Box Week. So we're in good shape. Getting closer and closer to the face of boxing back in there. We got AB too. And there's that AB fight. You see, AB and Blair Cobb's coming up. They had a press conference Friday. Yeah, AB. I know it's for Miami, Florida. It's in June. Yeah, June 7th. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. AB versus Blair Cobb. And AB's got Kenny, right? Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. That's what you call a boss move. AB getting Kenny Ellis, man. That's the boss move there, man. I like AB in that fight already, but now when he got that trainer, I got AB now. Got the great Kenny Ellis trainer, man. Wow. Yeah, that is a boss move. I didn't even know that until I saw it. Picture on Facebook. I saw Kenny sitting by AB, and I said, "Hold up." He looked like he's a trainer. He was sitting, where the trainer sits by his fighter during the press conference. Sure enough. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We got a lot to talk about in the Jbt Panel Discussion. We'll drop the link in a few minutes. Old School says, Ivan Catch. Whatever his name is, fights on Pro. Oh, is he on there this week? Old School? Okay. I haven't really looked at it yet. I'm going to preview it Wednesday. On Wednesday's show. But Ivan Catch is on there. Yeah. Yeah, Pro Box, that's some pretty good fights for midweek boxing. We don't have anything else. Bomac been on there a couple times with his fighters, with Keyshawn's brother, and he had another. I think Bomac has had 3 fighters on there so far. Well, 2. He's had Calvin Davis twice, and then had another guy on the first card. That was around Christmas time. So yeah, we're in great shape this week. Just a great week of boxing. Great weekend. I can't wait to see what everybody think about that Usyk situation. That IBF is quick on the trigger, man. Why can't they strip the man already? Fury was talking about, right after the fight in the ring, he was all gung-ho about a rematch. But by the time he got into the post-fight press conference, like 30 minutes later, he was, I don't know about the rematch. So, it's up in there. So how can they strip Usyk? That's ridiculous. Same way they did Bud Crawford, though. Because the man said he wasn't going to fight Boots. Doesn't the man deserve a chance to not fight him first before you strip him? Ridiculous, man. But I appreciate everybody stopping by today. And like I said, it's a great time to be a sports fan. We got all these playoffs going on. NBA's version of the Final Four is set. Man, the Pacers did a number on the Knicks last night, didn't they? I think it was like 20-something points. Yeah, 130 to 109 on the Knicks home court in the Garden. Oh, there's Remo. I'm sorry, Remo. Let me stop talking about the Knicks. Remo's in here. Salute. Let's talk fashion, aka Remo, hashtag JBT. But you know, both the Nuggets also lost Game 7 on their home court to the Timberwolves too, 98-90. Yeah. So the Final Four is set. NHL has a Game 7 tonight. The Edmonton Oilers versus the Vancouver Canucks. That's in Vancouver. And Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers are already in the semifinals. Their Game 1 is Wednesday. Yeah. So in sports, I watch hockey. I think hockey, they're just amazing athletes, man. All they do. I mean, they pushing the puck down the ice, they passing it, receiving passes, defending, doing all that stuff while skating. Just amazing athletes, man. Yeah. But I watch basketball and hockey this time of the year, especially basketball, because the rest of the year, they just going through the motions. Nobody playing any defense. Some players just cross the half court line. And when the ball go up and come, they go back the other way. Yeah. But they playing some ball now because they're getting closer. Everybody now has a very legitimate chance of being champion when you get to this point, down to the Final Four. Well, we know we won't have a repeat champion this year because the Nuggets are out of it. Okay? They are out of it. Jory Faints, 757. Hashtag JBT. What's up, Jory? How are you this afternoon, bro? I'm getting ready to drop that link in there right now so we can start this JBT panel discussion. BN Boxing News. What's up, BN Boxing News? Salute, bro. How are you doing today? In the building, BN Boxing News. Let me put this link in there. Do anybody want to come up and get this JBT panel discussion started? I'm really curious to see how everybody feels about that stripping music like that, man. I just don't understand it. And you know, he's not they had a rematch clause in it, but Fury doesn't have to activate it. The way he was talking in the press conference, he don't know about the rematch. So I just don't know how they scripted that. But they did it. The IBF is quick on that trigger. Yes, they are. Navarrete, man. Wow. It looked like he didn't. Oh, shoot. My bad. I think not yet. But it looks like Navarrete didn't bring his power from 130 with him. I think he might be better off at 130 because some of those shots he was hitting, I'm just going to say Dennis because I don't have his last name down pat. Some of those shots he was hitting Dennis with, I've seen him get guys at 130 out of there. But Dennis was just walking through him, you know, fighting back. So. And Navarrete's footwork is atrocious. Like his feet going one way and his body going the other way. Man, Navarrete. Let me see something. Yeah. Not a good performance at all. And he lost his belt. Well, he didn't have the belt. They was going for the vacant belt. So now, all the belts at 135 is spread out again. We got the face of boxing has the WBA. Slick Shakur. Well, Shakur don't have a nickname, so I gave him one. Slick Shakur Stevenson has the WBC, right? And Lomachenko has the IBF. I think that's how it goes. And Dennis picked up the WBO Saturday. I might have Loma and Shakur mixed up. No, the face of boxing has the WBA. Loma Shakur has the WBC and WBO. And Dennis has the IBF, right? Gotta be quiet for a minute. Right. Bear with me. Leave me for 1 minute. There it is. Okay. So if anybody ready to get this Jbt. Yeah, you're right, old school. Both of them. There it is, BN. Both of them are food. I'm gonna turn this down. And I'm gonna get back to the other screen, show our avatars or face or whatever you want to show. And there's BN Boxing News. Okay. What's up, BN Boxing News?
Oh man, just chilling out, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, not too much. Another Jbt Panel Discussion today. That's all, bro.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
So I'm gonna come on this one, man, and chop it up with you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So we talking about the Fury and Usyk fight?
Yeah. We start out right there. Yeah. What you think about that, bro?
Man, I think we all knew that Fury was gonna try all those dirty ass tactics that he was doing on that particular night, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a lot of hit the man in the back and all kind of other crap. I don't know if you was seeing it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Mm-hmm.
He was doing a lot of dirty tactics, man. And it didn't work with Usyk, man. Usyk, every time he tried to lean on Usyk, man, Usyk would throw his ass off of him, bro. Would just shrug him off.
Yeah, Usyk was stepping to him, too, the whole fight.
Usyk was stepping to him. See, Tyson Fury, man, being the great boxer that he is, he should have known that he shouldn't have boxed with a boxer. He should have kept him on the end of his jabs, bro. He should have known that.
Should have did. Yeah, but all that reach
on the outside, bro.
Yes, that was his best bet.
Keep the little man from coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do that, bro. And at the end of the day, it cost him the fight.
Why was he doing all that playing around? I didn't understand that, man. Putting his hand.
He was doing the playing around, bro. I think he even explained it because he thought he had to fight. He thought he was winning. He thought he was doing what he had to do.
Right. Just do boxing and Coach Thomas Morris in the building. Yeah, you're right though, BN Boxing News. He was doing a lot of his normal dirty tactics, but it did not work.
Yeah, it didn't work for him, man. I watched the fight, man, and I was like, man, here you go. But I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for the knockdown, it was going to be a draw.
Yeah,
or it was going to probably be Tyson Fury. That knockdown was saved. Usyk, man.
It sure did. 100%. If it wasn't for that, man, it would have been a draw. They might have even gave it to Fury. One judge gave it to him with the knockdown, remember?
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It made, so I think without the knockdown, Tyson Fury probably would have won the fight. Yeah. And that would have been I would have said it would have been a robbery. And the thing about Tyson Fury is, and history has proven, he was going to take that win and he was going to retire.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't going to rematch that man.
I don't think so. I think he was going to go to get out too. He wasn't going to give Usyk the rematch.
No, he's going to take that shit and run.
Yep. Old school in the what's up, old school?
It's happening. I agree, BNN. Look, that knockdown should have been a freaking knockout.
He had him going, didn't he?
The rep stepped in and didn't let the man finish him.
I thought he was stepping in to stop it. When he stepped in.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Instead, he steps in and calls it a knockdown, and he goes to the bell. No, bruh. He wasn't all the way down. Let him finish the man.
Yeah. Yeah, because he had a little bit more time left, but the referee stopped him.
I'll be honest with you guys, man. I think it was I commend the referee on how he did it, because the referee didn't make it about himself. The referee wanted to see them fight it out, man. So I commend him. That definitely deserved a standing 8 count. He done the right thing, man. Because a lot of times I think these referees stop the fights too early, And he didn't want to fight the fight. He didn't want to stop it too early.
I agree. Yeah, especially the magnitude of it and everything,
Yeah. Because think about it right now, if they would have stopped that fight, the entire world would have been screaming, oh, it was stopped too early, it was a robbery. It'd have been a whole bunch of shit. Usyk got this shit fair and square.
And you're right.
Yeah, he did.
The other way right now, I'm saying, why did he stop it and all that kind of nonsense? You know how we are. But I agree with you, being boxing news. I think Usyk still had it without that knockdown. But they was going to take it from him if he hadn't got that 100%.
What do they say all the time? A great little man will beat a good big man.
Flawless mentality. Salute.
But like we always say though, man, or like we always said, and if you think about it, right? And it goes back to all the other fighting. It goes back to even the Devin Haney situation. What was Usyk able to do? He was able to make the adjustments on the fly.
Yes, he did.
That's why he was able to come up victorious. Because once Tyson Fury figured him out, he had to make the adjustments, man. He had to do some things over. He had to figure out Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
that's why you could say that he's a great boxer.
Yes, he is. And he really stuck to his game plan too at the same time, because he was coming forward the whole time. And when Fury had him on the end of that long jab, he just kept on coming. He never stopped. And eventually he figured it out.
And look, let's face it, that broken nose that Fury got literally took him out of his game plan.
Yeah, he kept touching it and everything, messing with it and everything.
Because if you watch it, after his nose started bleeding, he was in severe pain because it's like he stopped thinking in the ring.
Yeah, he definitely stopped doing the things he was doing. Because at first he was keeping him. He had that jab in Usyk's face, and I don't know why he kept playing around like that. Well, like being boxing, he probably thought he had it, but still.
Now here's the crazy part: the IBF strips Usyk immediately.
That's crazy. I didn't understand. What y'all think about that?
That was all because he was in the fight with Fury, signed to fight him. And the IBF didn't get that mandatory satisfied.
But it's not definite that it's going to be a rematch. They wanted him to fight. The mandatory was what's his name?
Herbovic or something.
Yeah, Herkovic. But how do they know if they didn't have the rematch that he wouldn't fight Herkovic next? That's what I don't understand. They didn't get a man a chance. Have they actually stripped him yet, or are they saying they're going to?
Nah, I think they stripped him, bro.
Damn, the fight was just started.
Yeah, I mean, it don't make no sense to even touch that belt, because if you don't fight right after, they're gonna strip you, man. That fight, they don't play around over there, bro.
No, they did. Well, Bud, they did give Bud a little time.
Yeah, Nick.
This man. I heard talk about the stripping him before the fight even started. I heard talk about it. Yeah. And what y'all think about the night card, the Navarrete fight?
That was
man.
The whole card except for the main event was great.
Yeah. Navarrete seemed like he left his power at 130 or something. Because he was hitting the guy with some shots that I seen him stop people, at the lower weight class. But,
hey, look, Navarrete is slow. I've said that before, too. His reaction time, all that crap is slow. Then he's fighting a guy that's has a very weird style as well.
Yeah.
But there's no excuse for looking sloppy as hell. Both of them look sloppy as hell. One guy didn't want to go on the offensive. That was the guy who won. And the other guy, I don't know what the crap he was doing, but he couldn't hit the blind side of a barn.
Yeah. Showtime, the guy passed in the building. What's up, Showtime?
I just think that it was to me personally, it looked like a very awkward fight, man. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. But the biggest thing that I know that we all did realize was that Navarrete power did transcend to that particular weight class.
It sure didn't. Not at all. Because like I said, I seen him stop guys with some of the stuff he was hitting. Dennis with at the lower weight class, but that guy was just kept coming. You think maybe he should go back down to 130?
I would say definitely if he could make 130, he think he should. But he wasn't even letting his hands go like he should have, man. I don't think, man. He didn't look like everything was there, man. I don't know, man.
No. He didn't look like he was in the tip-top shape neither.
What belt was on the line Saturday night?
WBO, I think.
Yeah,
bro, if I was the WBO, I'd have walked out there when they were about to hand the belt and said, no, neither one of these guys deserve my belt. I'd have walked back with it.
Yeah. They had to give it to one of them, though,
I'd have pissed everybody off.
I wouldn't have been mad with a draw, I'll tell you the truth. What about Brian Norman? Y'all sold on him?
I think we were waiting for his come out fight.
Yeah.
Waiting to see what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave that to us, man. He gave that to us.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And we got 5 cards coming up this weekend. Oh, yeah. Well, I know what to ask y'all about. Frank Sanchez. What in the world was going on there with Frank? I've never seen Frank look like that before. Never.
Frank looked like he didn't train.
And the brace. Maybe he shouldn't have took the fight or something.
Somebody was saying that he had a problem with his knee.
Yeah, but clearly something wrong with him. And I noticed before the fight, you know how they would. Yeah, that's true. When they in the ring and the ring announcers making the introductions, I looked back, I saw how Frank kept doing all that side to side movement like he was testing his knee before the fight even started. Did y'all notice that? And he kept going side and side.
Nah, I didn't see that, man.
Go back and look at that. He kept going back and forth, side to side before I didn't think about it until after they started talking about the knee and stuff. So I'm thinking it was clearly something wasn't right with him.
That man needed the bread, bro.
Needed that bag, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, it was a good card, though. That youngster, the heavyweight, the 8, what was the guy? What was he, 19? I can't call his name right now. The young heavyweight that I think he fought before them. He looked pretty good. He not ready for no Carver. He called out Carver Young. He not ready for that, though. I can't think of the kid's name.
Ready to get himself knocked out.
Yeah, he was a southpaw. He's pretty good, but not ready for that time, for that kind of time yet.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Fury, though, I think Fury and Usyk need to fight 3 times. I think Fury might get him on the next one.
I think so too, because the way he started out, he clearly can win the fight if he can maintain that style throughout the fight.
I don't know if y'all saw.
Say it again,
Fury hurt Usyk several times, but Usyk was determined, dude. Yeah. He was determined.
He just kept coming. What's up,
man? I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, he just kept coming the entire fight.
He was fighting down.
Yeah.
I think Usyk was doing that for his father, bro.
For his father?
Who passed away.
Oh, did he? What, recently?
I remember him saying something about his dad, and he was crying while he was doing it, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that. What's up, Aunt McQueen?
Chilling, man. Chilling. You guys up here spot on, man. Well, my guy, you couldn't have been any more right about Navarrete, dude. I think that's the reason why Baranchyk fought the way that he fought. Like, why he didn't want to go on the offensive. Because why would you go on the offensive when you got a guy who's going to open up as sloppily and as recklessly as Navarrete? Make him open up and time his ass. The only thing with Baranchyk is that Baranchyk's just not a sharp puncher like that. So it looks sloppy as hell. You got him trying to bait a punch from Navarrete for him to counter. He's not a sharp puncher himself. But I think that he landed enough shots to get the victory. Yeah. I think the other thing with this, too, is with Navarrete, I don't think that he landed the same shots that he typically does on guys because he's usually able to hit them a little bit cleaner. And we've seen in his last 2 fights when they can move, he got some difficulty because his feet are going one way and his hands are going another.
Serious. I noticed that too, yeah. You think he was better off at the lower weight class, Ant, if he could still make that?
I don't think it's necessarily about the lower weight class. I think it's just about certain opponents. I think just the book is out. That dude is going to have to work on his punch selection, and he's also going to have to work on his feet because he's throwing punches he's throwing certain punches from too far out. Mm-hmm. He's out there long range where you should be working behind straight punches, jabs, and crosses. He's throwing uppercuts from out there.
I agree with you. Right. Having to try to leap in. Why he was doing that? But widely missing.
He was missing bad, yeah.
And he does that all the time, BN. He does that that's just how he fights. They got to work with him on using his height and his reach. Because in all of these fights, he's the taller man. He's got the longer reach, but the dude is just out there just throwing uppercuts from long range. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And like true. Will Old School said, he's so damn slow, you can see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, whoever fights this Ukrainian, that's the easiest win they're going to
have. I thought that Loma was going to fight the winner of that. That's what I was thinking before the fight.
More likely, hopefully, Shakur goes after that belt. Tank is the one from Loma, and they meet in the end. Undisputed.
Yep, that's how I see it. And then what's the name? You satisfy all parties because I don't think that they're gonna put Baranchik in there with Loma because the two of them guys, they were teammates in the Olympics. When Loma got the gold, Baranchik got the silver.
Mm-hmm. Same year, huh? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, Baranchik got the silver, Loma got the gold.
Okay.
So I don't think they're gonna put them in there together because them guys seem to be pretty tight knit, the Ukrainian guys. So I don't see them putting them in there together. And then why not? If you're Bob Arum, look to get 2 big fights with Tank. You can get one with Loma and one with Shakur.
Mm-hmm. And that would be the big one in the end for the undisputed.
Exactly. So I got to go with Will Old School. That should be the plan. Like you get him in there, you get Loma in there with Tank, see if he can do something. If he can't, then also it buys time. You don't have to have Lomachenko fight his guy, Baranchik fight his teammate.
Right. And what you think about that stripping of Usyk? What's your thoughts on that? We was talking about that a minute ago.
It's super weird to me because their case is you got to defend it, but he technically did just defend it.
Right.
Because it's not like the belt was vacant or something like that and he just won it. It's something that he's already had. So I thought that, in a unification match, or in this case, undisputed, by technicality, he would be defending his belt because it was on the line. But I don't know. IBF is weird with them rules. I think the only thing I can think of is, they want 3% of a bigger purse.
Okay.
They want 3% of a bigger purse. I'm pretty sure if Tyson Fury were to have won on Saturday, they probably wouldn't have stripped him like that.
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
They should have at least given Usyk a chance to fight the mandatory though before stripping him.
Yeah, they didn't even wait a day. They just did it. The IBF is quick. They don't play around. They don't play around at all.
And in addition to that, right, by technicality, he would be, in fact, defending his belt again in the event that Tyson Fury enacted the rematch clause. So that would be a defense right there. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell IBF is doing.
And wouldn't the Tyson Fury and Usyk rematch, wouldn't that be the bigger bag? If they were thinking about the sanctioning fees they're going to get from it. So I don't understand that at all. And is Kenny a good trainer for AB? Kenny Ellis? How y'all like that?
If AB does what they ask him to do and stays dedicated, then yeah. But if AB just screws up and drinks while he's working, no.
Okay. I think so. I think Kenny will be able to control him.
Hey, you stole my thoughts. Well, I was thinking the same thing. I don't think the question is whether or not Kenny or Calvin is a good trainer for him, but whether or not he's going to be a good pupil. That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to AB.
It's all
It's
about
going to come
AB.
down to AB. Yeah, because the coach that he had was good, man. R.I.P. Mike Stafford. He's a good coach, but you know, AB is AB. He's the wild card, man.
Yeah,
the wild card. You don't know what you're going to see from AB in or outside of the ring. For the past couple of years, he's been proclaiming that there was going to be some triumphant return, and he gets in the ring, and then, you know, it's like everybody's screaming like, damn, why you ain't letting your hands go? So it kind of feels like it doesn't matter who's coaching him. You could have Ray Arcel come back from the dead.
Yeah.
If AB ain't willing to cooperate, like Will said, it's going to be tough.
Bro, I'm hoping I'm speaking this into existence because I'm going to keep saying it. I want AB to win. Then I want Devin to win his little mandatory. Then I want them two to meet up after.
Who you like in that one, old school?
Yeah, bro. I mean, Devin needs somebody who's not going to knock his block off right away. I mean, yeah, AB can punch. Let's see what happens. Will AB let his hands go with Devin? I think he will because he knows Devin can't punch.
Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute, Bruce Gas. How are you today? Joey Finks, did y'all see Johnny Mansour? What you think for his debut? Johnny Mansour. No, I didn't see him. Which card was that, Joey Finks? Johnny Mansour. Did he fight this weekend? I can't place him, Johnny Mansour. Anybody see that fight? Johnny Mansour. Oh, Top Rank. Okay, no, I didn't see that one, Hori. I think, I saw it. Yeah. The guy he was fighting was just sitting there. He wasn't punching or doing anything. He kept switching to southpaw, but he wasn't doing anything, but just standing there switching. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Yeah, Hori. It wasn't a lot of action. Did y'all see that fight? Hori was talking about Johnny Mansour made his debut. He was the guy from San Diego. And the guy he was fighting was deaf, remember? That one. And he did nothing. Nothing at all. He kept switching to southpaw, but he wasn't punching. He was just switching and moving. So that wasn't really a good gauge of Johnny. But he won his debut, so Trade Skills, 42 in the building. Am I on mute? Is everybody still here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Yeah, that was that one.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button and went out for a second.
Yeah, Hori was asking about that guy that made his debut and he was fighting the deaf guy, remember? And the deaf guy just kept switching, but he wasn't throwing punches. So, but he won. Trade Skills 42, salute. So he got one in the win column.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But
go out to the game, get the win.
Well, 2 more days till redemption time, man. 2 more days, brother.
Okay, what happens in 2 days?
The B sample, brother. The B sample.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Ryan is like indicating it's going to be negative.
Ryan indicated it's going to be positive, brother. The way he's talking about.
I mean positive.
I
meant positive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I meant positive. Positive. Yeah, positive. Yeah.
The way he's going off the deep end.
Right. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be positive. Yeah.
All the disrespect that he's saying. I mean.
Yeah.
At this point, it's outside of boxing, man. I would catch him on the streets and do something to him.
Yeah, he's going too far. Talking, bringing people's mothers into it and all that kind of stuff. Man.
That shit ain't cool.
No, that's unnecessary, Families don't have nothing to do with it.
Bill.
Now I can see like Bill, because Bill is right there, going back and forth with him sometimes. But the guy's mother,
100%.
no,
Yeah, that's all game.
that's different. Yeah, but his mother, come on, man, that's ridiculous. Totally. And then he started talking about Earl's girlfriend. Remember?
Yeah, somebody gonna spank him, bro. I hope he
Yeah.
paying those bodyguards real good.
He better have some big ones too. And yeah, I think he's doing all that because that positive sample getting ready to come back, and it's Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So what you think they're gonna do? Will they make it like a no contest or something like that?
They're gonna make it a no contest.
Yeah, like they did Keyshawn, remember? Yeah.
So what happens if it comes back negative?
I don't think so.
Bro, 99.9% chance. It's the same urine, same everything. It's no way.
I think it's 100%.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. What happens if it comes back negative?
If it comes back negative, that means somebody did some foul stuff.
That's a big if.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There ain't no common sense.
Yeah, but
who's going to get the blame for the foul stuff? That's the question.
It'll be Vada.
They did the test.
It was contaminated. Vada contaminated the shit themselves.
That's right. It would have to be them,
They're the only ones that touch it besides the person being tested, bro. So if it's contaminated, you can't say Devin Haney contaminated, all that type of stupid stuff. Or
had to be Vada.
Has to be Vada. If it's only me and you in the room, either me or you contaminated it.
Yeah, the Haneys don't have nothing to do with that. Nah. But he didn't told us it's going to be negative anyway. All the dumb stuff he's saying. He said, I forgot what he exactly said. If my test come back negative, he said something. Why would he say something like that if he confident that he wasn't cheating?
Exactly what he was doing, bro.
Yeah.
Man, half the time Ryan don't even know what he's saying. If you listen to him, he contradicts himself all the freaking time.
Yeah, but it's for the boxing, bro. We ain't got no room for that, bro. You gonna kick my ass. William Old School kick my ass, bro. Don't use a bat, don't use a stick, don't use no steroids.
And it's dangerous too, It's already a dangerous sport without cheating,
Someone just died recently.
That's right.
During his debut.
And that Korean guy died earlier this year too. That was on that monster.
Anybody hear what happened with that last fight where the guy died?
What was that, Old School?
Anybody hear what happened with that last guy that died?
No.
The last one I remember was that Korean guy that was on the monster when he got his second undisputed in December. It was another one after that. Remember the Korean guy went into a coma and he never came out of it.
Yeah, I wanted my little 7-year-old to box, man. After I start seeing all these deaths, I'm like, nah.
And then you got people in there cheating and carrying on, putting all of the illegal stuff into the system.
People cheating, but the thing about it is, man, a lot of supporters, like everybody, I feel, a lot of people cool with Ryan and what he did, man. That's the only disheartening thing I see. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it all. When you get so much of a fan, or you're against Devin, so a lot of people is cool with it because they're against Devin so much,
Well, Devin got his ass kicked regardless, bro. Man. So he got his ass kicked. Everybody wanted to see him get beat up. He got beat up. But at the end of the day, you should have did it fairly, man.
Yeah, that definitely taints it.
Look, nobody be saying a word, Nobody be saying a word if Devin would have won the fight. Even if Ryan would have tested positive, nobody would have been saying a word. The thing is, though, when you don't game plan for the man's left hook, which his primary weapon is, that's pretty damn sad, dude. How the hell do you go through training camp knowing that you're fighting a guy whose real weapon is the left hook and you're not prepared?
I can tell you, it's called underestimating a guy. It's called I fought you 6 other times,
right?
And I figured I knowed you, and I figured you ain't changed shit. To only realize this man finally got with a real coach.
Right.
This man got a real coach. He had Derrick James.
Another thing he didn't plan on was when he fought Ryan in the amateurs. Ryan was a little skinny kid who didn't have the power he's got now. Now Ryan picked up weight. He's actually kind of muscular, thick, and the kid's got wild on punches.
But that I was all for Ryan, but then that drug test just, that just turned me against it, man, because I don't like that.
I don't rock like that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I said, I'm a supporter of the sport, bro. I know a lot of people think, I'm a Devin fan. No, I'm not a Devin fan. I'm an Earl Spence fan.
Right.
But you gonna do the shit, you gonna do it. If you gonna beat that man fair and square.
Right, get in there and beat him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how people change their ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Eddie Hearn lambaste Big Baby Miller, wanted him in jail and all kinds of shit because he was gonna fight AJ with a snoot load of freaking PEDs. Yet, got a bend test, big time. And what's Eddie do? Eddie's got his back the whole damn time. Somebody explain that crap to me.
You like Conor Ben? It doesn't make sense. Just like remember a lot of the same people, not everybody, but a lot of the same people that was talking about how Usyk had Fury got the preferential treatment. Now they wasn't saying nothing when he got them counts against Wilder. A lot of people was cool with that. Remember?
Yeah.
They wasn't saying nothing about that. But now all of a sudden, they talking about Usyk should have had the knockout. Fury got preferential treatment from the referee.
I hear that now. I hear that shit, and it's bothersome. Mm-hmm. That's bothersome.
Yeah.
Nobody felt like that with Wilder, so I don't.
They sure didn't.
I'm not going to talk about it.
I heard some of the same people be in boxing news was, no, just take your loss, and now it's a big deal.
Yeah, we're not going to echo that shit out. Let's not echo it out because it's not. Hey, it was cool for the goose, it was good for the gander.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you know what nobody's talking about, and it kind of amazes me. Wilder, when he fought Fury 3 times, does anybody even notice that Fury's chin has gotten weaker and weaker and weaker to where a little guy like Usyk could have actually hurt him that bad now?
Yeah, he got up from that Wilder.
It's been said already, man. Wilder and Fury took a lot out of each other, man.
Yeah, those 3 fights. Neither one of them never be the same. Yeah.
Nope.
Especially that last one, man. What was it like? How many knockdowns in that last one? Like 3?
Dude. Yeah. They'll never be the same fighters, man. They took too much out of each other, man.
And I'm going to tell you what. I don't care what anybody tells me. I know damn good and well Fury did something in that second fight to increase his strength. I don't know if it was PEDs and the gloves, but there's no way a man goes from can't breaking a goddamn egg to being able to knock a guy out as much as he was doing Wilder, bro.
I'll tell you something else too, old school. Why those gloves never flapped again? Why we never seen that again?
Oh, we know why. Oh, when he tells Ricky Hatton, pull my glove up.
You see, it's amazing how that glove shit only happened with Wilder, and we never saw it again.
And it's amazing how Fury's training partners were talking about him in training, pushing the freaking cushion out of the glove where the knuckles are. And nobody wanted to go with that either.
And one of the sparring partners talked about it too, remember?
That's what I'm talking about. And yet everybody tries to act like Fury didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And was his Sugar Hill been in his corner for every fight since wasn't he out of his corner after the Wilder fight? Sugar Hill?
Yeah, he was there.
He was there this last fight. I thought he had left. Fury had left him or something one time. No.
They were saying that was rumors, man. They said that was rumors.
Because he sure was right there Saturday.
Yeah, no, I ain't never left him, man. That was rumors.
Okay. Just rumors.
Y'all always got some bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. Still in this corner.
I think they said that before the third fight, and he was sure he was right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think now that the IBF title is off the table, I have a feeling Fury will retire, because what's his point in fighting Usyk again if he can't be undisputed?
Yeah, because right after the fight in the ring, he was all gung-ho about the rematch, but then by the time they got to the press conference, he was talking like, I don't know. I got to see.
Yeah, because he probably heard that the IBF was off the table.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So, what's his name he's not undisputed anymore?
Usyk?
If they take the belt, no.
No, he didn't stay long either.
But he will go down.
But he did have it for a minute.
He will go down in the history books as 2-time undisputed.
Yeah, in the first heavyweight to be 4 belt. Yeah.
And he's
what is it,
that's
like 5
now?
That's
some dumb ass shit, bro.
That's crazy. I would never understand that.
And like I said, this is all because he didn't satisfy the IBF's mandatory with Herbovic. That's what this all adds up to, because he didn't fight. What they should have done was went to him after the fight and said, look, we're going to strip you, or you got to fight Herbovic next.
Yeah, at least give him a chance. They didn't even get a man a chance. They was talking about stripping him before the fight even started. Yeah.
But I thought undisputed trump all that.
I thought so too. But the IBF just, they make up rules as they go along. That's the worst part of it all. Yeah. But I think they've actually, Tim says, I was going to ask, they actually already stripped him, right? The belt is gone, I think. But he's still one of the 5 that's been 2-time, because it's Clarissa, Katie Taylor, Bud, Monster, and Usyk. Been 2-time in the 4-belt era. He's still in the record books as that. They can't take that from him. Although it wasn't long, but he still did it.
Well, to him, it don't really matter. To him, it don't matter. You know why? At the end of the day, he was undisputed, and he paid less now. He don't have to pay for IBF belt, so it's cheaper for him.
That's right.
So his fees will be the same fees that he was paying. He's been having 3 belts anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Because he had 3, and now he's got 3 again. That's crazy, though. Yeah. But that's boxing. We love it, though. We got, I think it's like 4 cards. Pro Box tomorrow. I think it's a card Friday, too, and 3 cards Saturday.
I don't care to see the Catterall and Josh Taylor fight, because what they did to Catterall was so foul. I want Catterall to knock him out, man, because Catterall should have been undisputed.
Yep. He should have been in one of those, in the 4-belt era. He should have been one of them.
Yeah, and that shit just so foul, man. And he lost all those belts, and now you want to give that man a chance. That's some bullshit.
It is. Absolutely bullshit. And Taylor went right behind that and started dropping belts. Yep. So he wouldn't have to fight if undisputed.
Never get another shot at undisputed. That does undisputed don't come along that often. He probably never get another shot at it.
That's a wrap for him.
Yep.
Catterall ain't gonna ever take it again. Unfortunately.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of waiting on this Pro Box. I want to see what Red Cash has left.
Yeah, I've been Red Catches on there, huh?
Yeah,
in the main event, right? Okay. Yeah, that's tomorrow. No, Wednesday. Who's he fighting, old school?
I don't know. I didn't even recognize the dude's name.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah, I haven't even looked at Pro Box yet. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that later on. Remo, let's talk fashion. What's happening?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. What's going on?
Casual kid, salute.
Not too much. What's your thoughts, Remo?
Where you want me to start at?
Card Saturday, or if you got something more pressing?
Saturday's card. They try to sell me on this guy Navarrete. I'm like, man, what the hell was that?
Yeah, I heard you this morning in the hangout.
I just
You ain't
heard about
knowing what we know.
I heard about him, and I'm like, all right, let me see what he about. He looked
Right.
normal to me, if not subpar, if anything. Like, and the way Tim Bradley was talking him up, oh, this guy's a sure, he's already in the Hall of Fame and all this other crap.
Yeah.
And then I seen what he got going. I'm like,
one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever. Tim was really building him up. He was talking to Canelo and Manuel Marquez, all of them. Julio Cesar.
But you know how many times I've said Navarrete looks like trash?
Who?
You know how many times I said Navarrete looks like trash, and the real boxer would destroy him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard you say that, old school.
He looked bad, man. He was stretching it. That uppercut looked like some cartoon shit. I was like, what is this?
Just look uncoordinated.
He looked fat. He looked slow. I said, man, this ain't. Dude,
the whole fight, I was in KQ's chat screaming, "Telegraph it some more, brah."
I think it was Tim Bradley said he was eating M&Ms in the fighter meetings last week. Navarrete was.
Man, that guy, he looked like he had a pregnant wife and he eating alongside of her.
Yeah.
He had no muscles.
Little Kuvat syndrome.
He looked wild. And I said, I couldn't believe I'm watching this. And I try to go to sleep actually, but my eyes was already up. So I ain't get the full.
He looked pudgy like that at 130 too. That's the crazy thing. Even at 130, he still got like the muffin top.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah, hanging out the side of his trunks, man. Like,
every time Navarrete would extend on his punches, leaving himself wide open, I'm screaming for the other dude, throw an uppercut, something.
We did you put the paperwork? You left it in there? Or
hey, Remo.
What's up, Chief?
What you think about that Usyk getting stripped real fast like that? You got any insight on that? As to what happened or anything?
Well, I got to fill out. They blank.
He probably pissed somebody off, or he declined somebody. Hey, Ben, go on mute.
Nigga, that was fast, man.
That's all they want. That's really what the order's about.
Hey, BN, put your thing on mute for 1 minute.
Look at it anyway.
Put him on mute, Cass.
That's BN right there.
Yeah, so it's either the guy that was next up, he was either in bed or he got some kind of connection with that sanctioning body that they ended up stripping him that fast, because most cases unification with Trump are mandatory. I don't know if the business of him having an automatic rematch could have affected that, but it's like, had that conversation first.
Yeah,
he just went ahead and stripped him. Like,
did it.
If he declined them, all right, different conversation. But they didn't even get a chance to have that conversation. He didn't even get a chance to get his belt in the mail yet with his name on it, man.
I know. They took it.
That's boxing for you, man. Nothing lines up how it's supposed to. So I'm not even surprised at it.
Yeah. We love it.
At the end of the day, though, his name is still in the history book, so it don't matter.
Etched in stone.
One less bill you have to pay for.
And only one of 5 to do it in 2 weight classes, too. With the 2 women and Bud and the Monster. So they can't take that from him.
I'll tell you one thing, though. They with them doing that, though, they're missing out on the sanctioning fee for the next one, because they charge both? Do they charge both for actually trying to fight for the belt without somebody carrying it? How does that work?
You don't have it, so they don't get anything. What do you mean if they had a rematch?
No. All right, so the rematch, they ain't gonna get none of that money,
right?
Which is dumb, which is real dumb. But with the next 2 fighting for it, do they pay ahead for the opportunity to fight for it, or somebody has to obtain it first and then they start the fees?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Nobody has it, so.
You know how that works, Ant?
That's a good question.
I had looked at it before. I know even with those tertiary belts that they have, like with like Intercontinental, they charge them for those too.
Yeah.
It's not as much as the primary titles, but they get charged for those too.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing.
That's why they got so many of them things in circulation, man.
That's
I know
crazy.
they got
so you got to pay to be a
the silver belt, the green belt.
That's wild. So basically, you're saying they charge you to be a professional boxer, regardless if you ever get a main opportunity.
Pretty much.
Yep. Once
That's
you get
why
that,
Errol Spence had that ring, man. Like where
paying
the
somebody. Mm-hmm.
That's wild. That's wild.
And how boxers don't have healthcare and all that stuff. It's like, where the hell are these fees going?
Yeah, you see how that works though. The same fees that they will charge you per fight to be in a sanctioning body could be the same percentage you put aside per boxer for medical.
And what's the old saying? Follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Lonnie
You gotta
Lee,
follow that
hashtag
money,
JBQ.
man.
Salute,
That's
Lonnie.
exactly what it is. You definitely got to follow the money, because here's the thing, man. That 3%, it adds up, especially when there are big purses involved, man. Like, that's why certain guys get certain liberties, like Canelo. It's like you would rather have Canelo hold your belt, right? So it's like, let's have him fight John Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a matter of Canelo or his team being scared, but also I'm pretty sure the sanctioning bodies, 3% of a damn Canelo purse is far more significant than 3% of who's this guy he's about to fight now, William Skull?
Yeah, Skull.
Or John Ryder. John Ryder has the belt. That 3% don't hit the same. So it's like, it's 3% of what?
Oh, they stood there. They stood as long as they could next to Charlo, brother. They stripped him finally.
Did they?
I think so.
I hadn't heard.
But they held. He wasn't making no money for them because he wasn't in the ring at all.
I know.
So I don't see what's the benefit factor for him to hang on to the belt, except for public support for somebody with mental illness or whatever he's going through.
Tim said they should have put the IBF up between Wilder and Zhang. That's the main event on that card.
But they both just came off losses. That's how I understand too. Like, I can't continuously reward losing and then putting them back in when there's so many people that don't even get opportunities, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, think about this. All right, Shakura beats the Ukrainian guy. Then Tank beats Loma. Could you imagine how much bigger Tank's undisputed fight would be, and how much greater it would be than Devin Haney's?
By the public?
By the people he fought. Because he didn't. He didn't fight Shakur.
It'd be a tougher route to get into it, and I think the people in general, even if he unified, got 2 belts, they just waiting for something to Tank to do. All right, Hall of Fame, like, you know what I mean? He still got work to do.
Man, I want Tank to get undisputed for his legacy, if nothing else.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I want him to not go undisputed and not collect all them damn belts and start a new trend. Because them belts...
Man, drop the belts after he gets them. Just get the belts and then drop them. That's all I'm asking for.
Because if he starts a trend where it's like, stop letting these companies rob you, it'll clean up shit, man. There's no reason you got an interim belt on top of an interim belt, and then you the number one contender for 5 years, and you never get a shot at the main belt.
Yep.
And then the guy...
And then even before you get an interim, Remo, they have regional titles, too. Like, they got that NABO shit, which is like a regional title, which is... Mm-hmm. I think that's under the WBA, if I'm not mistaken. But they be having these little regional titles, and then with the WBC, they be having the silver, the intercontinental, and this is before you even get to interim. So,
bro,
I agree. Clean it up, man.
And then it'd be a dude that's killing something at the weight class below, and he'll get an opportunity to come up for the title before you even get a shot. And you've been there for years, man.
And remember, Barroso won a title eliminator, still haven't got a title shot. So what was the title eliminator for? Remember? He knocked out in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
Pitbull got the title shot.
After he got robbed.
Right.
I want Pitbull versus Barroso so bad, bro. That'll be a nice fight, dude. That will be a banger.
Old man got
What did you
popped.
say a couple minutes ago, Will? You got to follow the money. That's the reason why Barroso didn't get the title.
I know, man. Trust me.
We got to keep that in Rolly's hands, man, because this dude, he's going to run his mouth at the press conferences, and he's going to generate at least a certain level of interest. But I do think that there was a missed opportunity with Barroso because there was a nice little storyline that could have been crafted around him. But his age, people love comeback stories, man, or people not giving up on their dreams. They made a whole movie about the dude who was he was like, what was he, like a teacher or something like that, and he told his students that he would try to make it to the major leagues.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what the dude's name is, but they made the movie about him where they had Dennis Quaid playing the rookie.
Yeah, I remember that. I can't think of the name of the movie either.
Susan Boyle a couple of years ago was like the oldest person to win like Best New Artist or whatever she won at the Grammys. So there's definitely room for those stories, man. Tell these different types of stories, and even if the next fight he lose the belt, hey, it's whatever. People love underdog stories. Andy Ruiz was huge for a minute after beating Joshua. People was like, yo, I'm canceling my gym membership. The fat guy won.
And you
look, Brian, if Barroso would speak, if he spoke good English and he would get out there and talk for himself and start telling these guys, hey, I'm an old man. Why y'all ducking me? Why are y'all ducking me? I'm an old man. Either give me my damn shot, but he don't do that, bro. He's all respectful. He tries to keep it very respectful. He's very religious. And that's why he's not getting shot. Let's be honest.
And they also had the storyline from the first fight where a lot of people say he got robbed. Remember the stoppage by Tony Weeks?
Oh, man, yeah. Tony Weeks could be shot for that one.
That was a Rolly.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was beyond bad, dude.
Rolly couldn't do it.
Super.
So they gave Tony the signal. Said, Rolly can't do it. We need you to do it.
But I give Tony Weeks a little bit of grace for this, man. I think that he's had quite a bit of blood on his hands in the past couple of years. Because remember how much blood what's his name lost in that fight that he had with Marcus Brown.
Was it Badu Jack?
Tony Weeks is I think Tony Weeks is a little bit shell shocked, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Barroso in a little bit of trouble and just assumed that it would be over for him because he was at an advanced age.
He's an old man. You can say he's an old man. You don't want to see an old man get blundered by a young dude like that. They let what's man go out there and get knocked around at 50-something years old. Evander Holyfield. They gave him too much punishment at his age. His old ass was rolling around the ring. I'm like, man, get that man out the ring.
Yeah.
Man, y'all need to stop with that old shit, bro. 6 months ago, I beat that dude up in the freaking line. He was way younger than me. I don't hear that old shit.
Nah, Evander got off the couch.
Everybody in you old school.
Man, that guy got off the couch, trained for a couple of weeks. He went in there with a young guy, man.
Oh, that was bad.
He didn't belong in there.
No.
I ain't want to see that. That's like seeing your grandfather getting beat up. He was like, damn, Gramps, why you ain't call me? Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, this grandpa can crack. What's with that grandpa shit?
Man, listen.
No, he can, but that's what Tony Weeks was thinking, man. He's probably thinking like, yo, this guy's a little bit older. We don't want to see him get hurt. And then in the last fight that he stopped the dude with Lawson, Tony Weeks came out on Facebook and said that he saw a copy of the guy's medical report, and apparently the dude actually had an aneurysm. But they just threw him out there anyway.
Yep, I remember that.
That was landed, Tony Weeks waved it off.
He sure did. Tony didn't waste no time on that one. He said that's not going to be on me.
I didn't hear that. Did he really have an aneurysm? I didn't hear that at all.
And something happened, everybody would have been on Tony.
Tony Weeks came out and said it, and then he deleted the post after that. It was on Facebook.
Yeah, he sure did.
Wow, I need to check that out. What the hell was Barroso doing in the ring anyway if he had an aneurysm?
But it wasn't Barroso.
No, not Barroso.
The guy that fought Virgil, remember? Yes. When Tony stopped Virgil first fight.
This is the thing. All right, Ant, we were talking about follow the money. Did anybody go back and look at Tony Weeks' money around that freaking Barroso fight? Let's be honest. Did anybody go back, check his bank accounts out and all that other crap around that Barroso fight?
Probably not.
That's a good question. There's a chance. There's a chance that Tony could have been compromised, but I also do think that there's a chance that he could have been shell shocked because of some of the things that he's seen in the past couple of years and some of the things that he's let go. But then also, just you've had like a recent string of deaths too.
Yeah, in boxing news, you back up here, right? I thought I brought you back in. He must be still on mute. Okay, he had muted himself. Yeah. But
it's just like nobody talked about that 10 million. What the hell's Daniel Kinahan gave to Bob Arum right around Wilder and Fury.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't investigate Weeks one little bit around that Barroso fight. Not one little bit did they investigate that man's finances. I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them now. We've seen too much BS when it comes to boxing. I do not trust any of them.
If they started that old school, then they would have to investigate some of these judges and some of these decisions they come up with. There would be a lot of.
And I wish they would. Come on, man. Let's be honest. This sport needs to be cleaned up, and the only way you're gonna clean this sport up is to start following the money.
Yeah. They don't want to clean it up.
And that's sad. Because that means we will never get change for the better.
Nah. This ain't nothing new though, It's boxing has always, been like this. Always had the questions, the controversies.
And that's what makes it so sad.
Yeah, I know they haven't cleaned it up all this time. So,
but I just think there's just too much division. If things were consolidated, it would be a lot easier to make those changes. But with the separatism that takes precedence in boxing, it's going to be hard to have that because one sanctioning body, they want to do things their way. Another one, they want to do things their way. Then also, you got to be in cooperation with the various state commissions. It's not like there's just one United States Sports Commission. It varies from state to state. One state has their set of rules, another state commission has their own set of rules. It's crazy.
Way they do things. Yeah. And,
so until it's universal, it's going to be this way.
And then just like the Usyk getting stripped, they do it like on a case-by-case basis. That one guy might get done this way, and then the next guy gets stripped right after the fight. Another guy goes years without fighting and never gets stripped. So they don't have one set of rules to go by, Until they do that, this is going to be like this. So we just gotta deal with it, but we can complain about it.
I gotta get off here, Cass. My AC guy just got here to work on my air conditioning.
Okay, old school. Appreciate you stopping by.
Peace out, everybody.
Jbt.
Peace out. My guy got some cool air. Let's go. It's heating up down there, man.
Yeah, we got like 70. Not time for air. Just open the windows up. That's all. For right now. Yeah. So what was you gonna talk about tonight? You said you're doing the breakdown at 8, right? And it was what fight was that?
Jeremiah Nakathila and Shakur Stevenson, man. Because this narrative is been in circulation for quite some time now. We keep hearing it every time Shakur is mentioned. It's like, yeah, he's good, but he's afraid of guys with power. Go watch the Nakathila fight. And I watched the Nakathila fight recently, and I didn't see any running from that dude.
No. He won just about every round, didn't he?
Pretty much, and he dropped him twice.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there for that. 8 o'clock tonight.
I can understand the skepticism, of Shakur based on the last performance. Personally, I do think that something was wrong with his hand because he barely threw it. And I've seen him in other fights where he let it go. And I just think that he's just too sharp of a guy. His understanding is just too great for me to believe that he just chose to just not throw his left hand.
Nah, I don't believe that either. Guess he got Autumn coming up. That's July, right? The Autumn fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's in July.
What'd you think about that one?
I think it's a good fight. I think Autumn is a good opponent. He's a sturdy guy, a former Olympian, so you know that guy's got pedigree. He's a good fighter. He just didn't have any notoriety. Or he didn't have much notoriety at the time Frank Martin fought. Exactly. He fought well against Frank.
Yes, he did.
I don't think his performance was as great as it's been made out to be. I thought he did a good job, but it wasn't like he was out there just bludgeoning Frank, and then Frank just landed a lucky punch that changed the tide.
No, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't that. No. But he did a great job. He gave a good account of himself.
Yeah, he'll be a good opponent for Shakur. Interesting fight.
Oh, interesting for sure. Because I think he's a credible guy, but you know, I think oftentimes, you know, as fans, we get caught up in the names so much that when a guy who we don't expect to give a fighter that we enjoy some resistance, or the guy that we're more familiar with, we just got to find a way to tear somebody down, and then
I know.
That's it. Instead of just saying, "Hey, this guy was better than I expected."
That's what I was going to say.
This guy's overrated. Like, no, this guy's.
Yeah. Instead of giving the guy opponent credit, we give the other guy. We down the other guy.
Give him grief.
Right. Right. Exactly. The guy was just good like that. You know.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you don't win an Olympic medal without being like that. Without being good. You know what I mean? Because
what did he get? Did he get gold?
He got bronze, if I'm not mistaken.
He got bronze. Okay.
That, just think about how many guys don't even make it to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because you got to go through trials and all that other stuff just to make it to the Olympics.
And then get a medal.
Yeah, and then to medal.
Yeah.
Like,
that's big.
So, oh yeah. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna transition to the pro game, because you know I think that there's just certain little nuances that make the pros different. Stylistically, and also with the way in which the rules are enforced and the emphasis.
That's right. You got to take that into consideration.
But just as far as just like the base level, just the skill set, you can say, "Yo, this dude can fight. Like, he knows what he's doing." He's no scrub, man.
Speaking of Frank, how do you see him and Tank's fight?
It's very interesting to me because there's a lot of things that I think. There's a lot of things that I think that Frank possesses that I think are typically strengths, but I'm curious to see if he can find a way to kind of keep them from becoming liabilities.
Okay.
Because oftentimes, and this is just something I've just been learning, and I've been really kind of like ruminating on, just like this idea in particular. It's not always about flaws, right? Like trying to capitalize on somebody's flaws. But sometimes even using their strengths against them, like turning their strength into a liability. Kind of like what we saw with Usyk this weekend with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
You know, conventional wisdom would tell you he's the much larger man, and we've also seen him in the past, Tyson Fury that is, press guys, lean on them, like the Wilder fight. But then the thing is, you know, guys like that, they got similar dimensions in terms of like height. The height is not too far off. The weight, yeah, but the height is not too far off. But with a smaller guy, it's like if his best chances are to catch you on the inside, why would you want to stay on the inside with the guy that's more compact and he's able to touch you with shots that he wouldn't be able to touch you with if you were to keep him at range? So trying to press a guy like that, you can mess around and put yourself in a situation where you get hit with a shot. And that actually happened to Tyson Fury against Otto Wallin. That's how he got cut. Because he tried to press him and got caught with a double left hook in the process. So it's like you want to keep him at range. And then here's the other thing too is, you know, the referee. If you're in there with a ref where every time you look to press and smother on the inside, if you got a ref that likes clean work, he's gonna break you up.
He's gonna break
none of that wrestling stuff. Break it up. Let's go.
It's
And
gonna
then now you
affect
got to
the fight.
reset.
Yep.
Right. So then now the flow of the fight is different. So that even that plays a part.
Yeah. Now you got to adjust.
Yep. So with Fury, with his height, if you got a smaller guy who's able to get underneath that lead hand, you can do work. Work to the body. You can attack him on the center line, all that stuff. Because you're able to get underneath the lead hand and work your way on the inside. A bigger guy is not going to be able to get underneath the same way. So Fury, you know, with his usual tactics, he can press and do all those things, all that roughhouse stuff. But I bring that back to Frank and Tank. I was watching that Artem fight, and Frank did a tremendous job of catching a lot of those shots on his forearms, on his gloves. Like, he's got great reflexes. But the one thing that I did notice was that a lot of times Artem, when he would change levels, he would get Frank to drop his lead hand. He would drop his lead hand, and then he would pull straight back, which against a lot of guys, you know, if you're a lot quicker and you got a significant advantage in athleticism, you can afford to do that because you know that guy's not gonna be able to close the gap. But Tank is pretty damn explosive. So if he puts you in a position where you're dropping your lead hand, now he can come over the top or something. Now you're getting hit with a straight left hand or something like that, or you're getting hit with a what's name? You're getting hit with a hook, like we saw with what's my guy's name? With Mario Barrios.
Yeah.
Mario Barrios, if you look at the way that Tank dropped him in that 8th round, he set that up with a series of feints. He was feinting, and he got Barrios to drop his lead hand, and then he hit him with like a little gazelle punch, similar to like Marvin Hagler, like that leaping shot, leap off his feet, and throw the hook.
Yep.
That's how he did him. So
let me ask you this, Ant. Remember in the Usyk and Fury fight, do you think it should have been stopped then, or you agree with the referee, how the referee handled it? Because a lot of people talking about that, like for Usyk was robbed of a stoppage and everything.
Yes and no. I think that one is pretty tricky because here's the thing. Typically, that is supposed to be the time when the ref intervenes. You know, like if a guy is rendered helpless.
Yeah.
You have to drive around.
If a guy is rendered helpless, right, and he's on the ropes, you're supposed to step in, and that's supposed to, you know, it's technically considered a knockdown.
Right.
It's technically considered a knockdown.
Helpless. Yeah, that's a knockdown.
Yeah. So, but on the other hand, there's been plenty of cases in which we haven't seen the official enforce that rule, where you seen a guy on the ropes and you just allow the other guy to kind of just work and just do his thing. And that's the other thing with boxing is like
just a head turn right on
it gets a little tricky because of it's kind of left up to interpretation.
Yeah,
for the official, it's like how they want to enforce it.
You was just saying about the breaking. It depends on the referee you got in there with you. Some referees might have stopped it, or some referees might have let him go. You know, just depends. Yeah.
Yep.
So
you got some refs that'll let it go, other ones that'll stop. Yeah, it's like it's not right or wrong. But I do feel as though he may have been I'm gonna use air quotes. I do feel as though he may have been robbed of the opportunity because he definitely had him out on his feet. For sure. Like Fury didn't know where the hell he was. He was stumbling from each corner of the ring.
That's one of the ones. If that bell hadn't rang right then, he would have got him. Like 10, 20 more seconds. That probably would have been it.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing with that though. It's like if the ref just lets Usyk continue to work, Fury probably doesn't even get to the point where the bell rings.
No.
Where he hears the bell. Because there was about 14 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, it sure was.
It was quite a bit of time for him to do some work. Definitely.
But the ref, he stepped in and gave him a standing 8 count, right?
Yep.
And then by the time that finished, then the bell rang.
Yep.
Usyk could go back to work. Yeah.
So I think if he would have let him work a little bit, you know, it's different, man.
Fury, he got some good recovering powers, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That man recovers. Wow. I was thinking in the next round he was going to come out and, you know, still a little groggy, but it looked like he was in pretty good shape when he came back out there for the 10th. He made it. It looked like if Usyk hadn't got that knockdown, they still might have gave it to Fury, because one judge did still give it to him. I thought Usyk was the clear winner. I don't know how one judge how one judge even picked Fury, but if not for that, he might have got the win, or at least a draw.
He would have got the win because another judge had the scorecard like 114, 113.
1 point. Yep.
About 1
so
point.
You're right. Yeah, he would have. And that would have been bad. I didn't think it was that close. And they was talking like the 12th round, it all comes down to this. No, I thought Usyk had it won by the time that 12th round began. Because them last few rounds, he had took over. But we might get a rematch. Personally, I don't think we're going to get a rematch. I don't think so. Fury might retire.
Nah, I think he's going to come back. He
Fight Usyk again?
He's going to have
What you think about the next fight? If Usyk, same thing happens?
No, I think that Fury. I think Fury will get him, bro.
I think he got a good chance too.
I'm not sure if Fury gets him, man. I'm not sure because I don't know what to make of his he recovered, but I'm not sure what to make of his durability moving forward.
Okay.
Because the past couple of fights we've seen him in, he's hit the canvas. Like he typically responds pretty well, but it's like how many times can you keep doing that?
Yeah, and Ngannou put him down too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ngannou put him down. Wilder put him down twice in the fight before that.
Yeah, sure did.
But we haven't seen him get punched on like that. See, the thing with Wilder is like Wilder hit you with one shot. It's quick and painless. Just drop you. Same thing with Ngannou. Ngannou hit him with one shot on the head, just dropped him. But he was getting some hands put him on him in that 9th round. Actually, in the 8th round, I think his nose might have been broken because there was a moment in the fight like where it just seemed like he kept pulling at his nose.
I know.
Incessantly, just kept touching his nose, like in the middle rounds.
Yeah. Yep. That clearly affected him too. I wouldn't mind getting a trilogy out of it. If Fury wins the next one, we got to get a trilogy. But anyway,
that's when he'll retire. That's when he'll retire. If he wins the next one, he's gonna try to bail out.
Yeah, it's not for undisputed anymore. Neither, you know. That's the bad part.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
they took the flame out of the fight, man.
I know. You thought the rematch would be for undisputed too. And I don't understand the IBF because, like I was saying earlier, wouldn't that be the most money, the biggest money fight, Fury and Usyk rematch for undisputed? Wouldn't that be bigger than Hergovic and somebody or whoever's fighting for the vacant belt? Did they give it to Hergovic or is it vacant?
What are you looking for back here? Are you just standing here?
I believe it's vacant, so they're probably gonna have him fight for it.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna have him fight for it. And you know what though? Now I just thought about it. It seems like it could be
because
girl play to get the belt back in Anthony Joshua's hands.
Oh
because they were talking about the possibility of Anthony Joshua fighting the winner of Hergovic and Dubois.
Okay. Think Joshua beats either one of them?
I think so. I like the way Joshua's been looking as of late. He's been very decisive. That's the thing I like most about his performances.
I wouldn't mind seeing Joshua and Usyk again. Tell you the truth.
No, neither would I. Because
like you said,
both of those fights, they got they got more competitive as the rounds went on.
Yeah.
Because I rewatched both of those fights in preparation for Fury Usyk, and what I noticed was early on, like Usyk was giving it to Joshua. Like Joshua had no answers, but by the middle rounds of the first fight, he had pretty much, figured it out, and he started landing that right hand. He started landing that right hand pretty consistently. And that's what gave me a lot of reservation, just a lot of pause, guys, about the prospect of Fury knocking him out. I said, man, if he could take the type of right hands he took from Joshua, because Joshua can punch. The dude got a 90% KO ratio.
Yeah.
We can say what we want about him, like the guy, his movement is stiff. He's like a robot, yada, yada, yada. But the dude can punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I was like, man, if he could take them type of shots from Joshua. Fury is a big guy, but he's not a puncher, not like that.
Not like Joshua, no.
No. Even that second Wilder fight, remember, he won by TKO, but Wilder was still on his feet.
Yeah.
At the end of the fight. Yeah, they had to wave him off.
Yeah. What about the one coming up? What is that, June 1st? Is it June 1st? Zhang and Wilder? Because they're the main event now. Since Beterbiev him and Bivol not fighting. They made Joshua and Zhang, Wilder and Zhang the main event. That's June 1st, right? I think. What you think about that one? Wilder and Zhilei Zhang.
I like that fight. For me, though, I would say the longer that fight goes on, the longer, the more I would actually favor Wilder.
Okay. The deeper it goes, Wilder. That's a pretty good card, too. That's, what is that? That's 2 weeks from now. Wow. And I like the one. And then I think it's the week after that is Teixeira and Zayas, right? Xander Zayas. I like that one too. So we got some good fights coming up. And then the week after that is Tank and Frank. Same day we got Matias and Paro. Matias is fighting some good fighters too. He just fought Ergashev, remember? In his last fight. And those straight hands he was taking from Ergashev. So Matias got a beard on him. For sure. It's 3:46, so we winding down, fellas.
Yeah, I agree. Matias takes a great shot. The one thing I did notice, though, in that fight, though, was Ergashev caught him with straight to the body, a little stab, and it had him doubled over. Yeah. I think that's one of the keys, man. If you want to at least have a chance against Matias, is to wear him down.
Yeah.
Take some of that steam out of him.
And it seemed like he willing to get hit early in the fights, though.
Yeah, he is. And that's why I say you got to take that steam out of him. Like, if you can
Somebody
get to his body,
it
get to his body as early and as often as possible.
Yeah.
Take that steam out of him, because if you went there just trying to hit him up top with headshots, like you said, he takes a great.
Yeah. That hasn't been working.
He's more than one to walk through.
You breaking up a little, Ant. Oh, good. Appreciate you coming up, Old School. Old School says, thanks for having me on the panel, my guy. Looked like we lost Ant. He was breaking up a little bit. And we're winding down on today's
there we go.
Back in.
I had to fix my AirPods, yeah.
You were saying something about Matias?
Yeah, I was saying with him, man, get to his body as early and as often as possible. Because like you said, he takes a great shot.
Yeah, standing right there trying to punch with him, hitting him upstairs haven't been working too good.
Nope. Neither has just moving around laterally. Because that's the one thing about him. Well, this is just scientific. This is just science, right? Like, it's a scientific fact that you expend more energy moving backwards than you do going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're going to get tired before he does, even if you're in impeccable condition. On top of him, you know, having moments of success where he's catching you now, he's hitting you with shots. And early on, it might be a few shots. But then when them legs start to slow down, it's like a snowball effect. Now you're starting to get hit more and more and more and more. And before you know it, you just completely that's it. You're just going to grind you down, man.
Yeah.
So take that steam out of him early. You know, nobody likes getting hit to the body.
Nobody. I haven't seen too much of Leon Paro. What kind of style does he have? The guy he's fighting in.
I would say he's like a boxer. I think he's like more of like a boxer puncher.
More of a boxer.
Pressure fight, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you saw his last fight with Montana Love. He had scored the knockout.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. Montana.
So he's got like a boxer puncher style.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think his strategy is going to be against Matias?
I don't know what it is, but I know that he should go to the body as early and as often as possible, and then preferably, you know, if I'm in his corner, I'm telling him, if you go into the body, you know, it's got to be of the stab variety.
Right.
Don't try to go in there and, you know, hook close to him, stab him, and try to keep him at bay. So that way, you know, you can do it safely. Keep stopping him in his track. Keep stopping him in his track. And keep making deposits.
Right. He said the key word: do it safely. Against Matias. Yeah. But all that's coming up.
Yeah, because Matias throws some short little shots, man. All of his punches are real compact. Like, very rarely do you see Matias throw straight punches. Everything is typically short hooks, short little uppercuts in the pocket. So if you could, especially if you got the reach, keep stabbing them, and don't get discouraged.
Right.
You got to just stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be patient. It's like making investments. You may not see a huge gain, you know, overnight, but
it's gonna come eventually.
Exactly. And that's what you got to do with him. Just keep stabbing him, keep stabbing him.
And back to that key word: stay safe while you're doing it too.
Stay safe and stay patient. Like, don't get restless in there. And
Old school says Matias versus Pitbull. I don't know about that. Old school. Pitbull might get knocked out. I don't know though.
Pitbull's a hard guy to knock out though.
That's true. That is very true.
Hard guy to knock out.
That is very true. That is very true. And he might be the one that can break Matias down with that body attack too, you know?
Possibly.
Yeah. That would be a good fight. I agree,
so.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, at the arena they're gonna be selling neck braces and helmets. Matter of fact, they're gonna be complimentary, because that one right there, man, that's a CTE special.
That'll be very fan friendly.
Them dudes are looking to take a step backwards. It's just two guys going forward, man. It's like Rams locking horns.
Yeah.
Them dudes is not playing, man. Neither one of them. Very persistent.
Pitbull is fighting in August against Rayo, right? Yeah.
Yep.
On the Bud card. That's a good card. August 3rd. But it's
gonna be interesting to see if Rayo could do some of his good work, Cass, because I watched his fight again recently, the one he had with Chris Colbert, the second one.
Yeah, the second one, yeah.
Yeah, he did some pretty good work. He did some pretty good work.
Yeah, he was real good in that fight. Yeah.
He's shown improvements with his footwork, but the thing that absolutely terrifies me for him is that he still doesn't really move much laterally.
Okay.
Everything is straight back. And as we saw with what's the name, with Pitbull, if you try to pull straight back with him like Rolly did, he will follow you out. It's not going to. You got to be able to turn him. That dude that he had trouble with, Giovanni Cabrera, he was pivoting and moving laterally. Perpetual motion.
Yeah, Pitbull was coming forward. Yeah, you definitely can't go straight back against him. No way.
See, Tank was able to outbox him because he was moving perpetually, moving laterally, pivoting, turning him. Keep turning him. But if you let him move in a straight line, that little dude is like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
You cannot let him go in a straight line.
Yeah, he's gonna bulldoze you too. You keep back and straight up against Pitbull.
Unfortunately for Ryo, the vast majority of his movement is in straight lines. Like he's either moving forward, and then when he is trying to evade an attack, he's going straight back. There's no pivots, none of that. So that's concerning. I hope they are working on it.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's interesting too is because Pitbull comes forward in that high guard. One thing I did notice with Ryo is Ryo got a sneaky little guard manipulation game, kind of like Tim Tszyu, where he'll peel that guard down and fire a shot simultaneously. He'll peel and fire, and fire. But Pitbull seems like a sturdy, strong little dude, and it may be difficult to peel that guard down, especially because with him, he got a little bit of that side-to-side bob and weave motion with the high guard. His high guard is fairly active. It's not like most guys where, they'll just come straight forward like, what's my guy's name? Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce is in the high guard, but his guard isn't active. And he don't bend at the waist. He's just coming straight forward. Pitbull, you watch him, he kind of bends at the waist. Kind of similar to like a Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of rhythm to the way he's coming forward with his hands up. So it may be a little bit more difficult for Ryo to be able to peel his guard down and find the shots to hurt him, because that's the only way to really get to him. Tank tried to catch him with that patented uppercut several times, and Pitbull managed to catch the vast majority of them like on the gloves, on the forearms, because he keeps that chin tucked.
Yeah, he definitely keeps it tucked behind that high guard.
Call him the armadillo. Call him the armadillo, because that's kind of how he's built. Like he's small, he's compact, he's round.
Chin tucked behind that high guard.
Yep.
Coming forward. That's Pitbull.
Hard to get to him. So,
very difficult.
And Ryo, I don't know if he's a sharp enough puncher in terms of like accuracy and placement and timing to be able to catch Pitbull clean with anything of substance or significance.
Is that no? That's the co-main is Virgil and Tim Tszyu, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So wow, that card is loaded, man. Loaded.
It's a damn good card, man. What's a pretty good fighter too.
Isn't Barrios on it? I think.
You said Barrios?
Yeah, is he? No.
I'm not sure, but I know they were trying to put. Oh no, that was another card.
Yeah.
What's name is solid too. Tampa Tommy had me looking at Madrimov.
Okay. The one Bud is fighting.
Yeah,
I've never seen him fight before. Yeah.
No, he's pretty good.
Okay.
He's pretty good. But again, it's one of those things where I don't believe that it's necessarily a flaw because it works against most guys. Like the way I look at flaws is it's easily exploitable by like damn near anybody. Like if there's something that you do in particular where a guy doesn't have to be of a certain caliber to take advantage of it, that in itself is a flaw.
Okay.
Like what we saw with what's my guy's name? Navarrete. And I mean, this is no disrespect to Baranchik, but had he had been in there with a bigger punch, Navarrete probably would have got knocked out fighting like that.
I know.
Just with the positioning, with the balance, with the punch selection, throwing certain punches from too far out and leaving himself wide open. Oftentimes, when he's throwing one hand, he drops the other as opposed to holding the phone, like not getting off the line. Like there's just so many things that he does where it's like that's somebody else in there who's a sharpshooter and they're able to time him, it's good night Irene.
Yeah.
But, with Madrimov, I haven't noticed any glaring flaws, but I have noticed some tendencies with him that I think can get him in trouble with a counterpuncher and somebody who's got the acuity of Bud Crawford. Like, one thing in particular I noticed is he has an affinity for that leaping left hook, but the problem is, it's not a problem. Let me say it again.
Still talking about Navarrete, right?
No, right now I'm talking about Madrimov.
Oh, Madrimov, okay.
Madrimov.
With the
it's not a problem because he can get away with it against most guys. But I think that Bud can turn that strength into a liability. Because what it does is it affords Bud the opportunity to time him. He likes the leaping left hook, but the thing is, typically before he does the leaping left hook, he shifts. Like he'll make a jump cut, like he'll hop to the side and change the angle, and then he'll throw the leaping left hook. So that right there is like telegraphing the punch.
Yeah.
Now most guys, if they're not paying attention, you can get rocked to sleep. And then boom, now he's jump cutting it and he's throwing the left hook. But I think that Bomac and company, along with Bud, I just think that they're just too damn smart to allow this dude to get away with that.
No.
Whereas like he's gonna look to jump, make that little jump cut, and then that is the tell that the left hook is coming after.
Yeah. Yeah, Bud would definitely be ready for that. Oh, Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller. Okay. They're on that card. Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller. Okay.
What do you think about that fight?
Ooh. Oh, I would have to say Andy Ruiz will win that one, I think. But another good fight on I think that's the co-main too. That card is loaded, man. How old is Big Baby Miller
now? Job.
How old is Big Baby Miller now? Isn't he up in his 30s? Like,
yeah, I know he's in his 30s, but he's relatively fresh because he had a lot of time off from the suspensions.
Yeah. Another good fight though.
Oh yeah.
It's loaded.
He could take a good shot too, man, because he was getting hit with some heavy stuff from Dubois in that last fight.
Oh yeah, in the Day of Reckoning.
I mean, he ultimately got stopped, but still, it went what, 12 rounds, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was the last round, wasn't it? That he got him in. He was taking some big shots.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time he ever been stopped too, wasn't it?
What was that?
Was that the first time Big Baby had been stopped?
Oh yeah.
Jerome Miller? Yeah.
Yep.
That was the first time.
First time.
Yeah. So he takes a good shot.
I mean, he should. The guy came in the ring at 330. That's a big boy right there, man. He's 30.
He in the wrong he should be in the WWE.
Right. He's 30 and stout, that guy, man.
Yeah. Going up against Andy. I don't know. I can't call that one. What you think about that one? Real quick. It's 4 that we got to get ready to get on up out of here.
I think Andy, because of the activity, because Andy's got really good hand speed.
Yeah, I was saying with Andy.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
I would have to go with Andy.
Yeah, me too.
The other thing I noticed with Jerome Miller too is he doesn't really seem to be as big of a puncher for a guy his size too.
His size.
Because
I know.
He hit Dubois with a couple of clean shots that, like, yeah, they may have like buzzed him momentarily, but it wasn't anything that he couldn't handle.
He wasn't in any kind of danger or anything.
No, not for real. For real. And Dubois is a guy in which we've seen him stop right now.
Yeah.
Albeit by Joe Joyce, who Joe Joyce.
Yeah, Joe Joyce. Yeah, that's a big puncher there, Joe Joyce. You heard anything about him? Who he's fighting next or anything? Joe Joyce. I don't think he's on the schedule.
This is Uber Eats.
Joe Joyce.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You too.
When was Joe Joyce's last fight? I can't remember. Was he on the? No, he wasn't on the Day of Reckoning.
Nah, it was before the Day of Reckoning.
He was on the one before that. Yeah.
Yeah, he got knocked out by
Yeah.
Zhang.
He sure did, Zilly Zane. Yep.
He got stopped by Zhang twice, actually. The first time Zhang broke his orbital bone, and then the second time he knocked him Spark out.
Yeah, that was around September, October. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was for an interim title. The one he lost to Joe Parker. I like Joe Parker too. Yeah.
So do I. I like him, man. I think that he's gotten better over the years.
He was on there commentating Saturday. Asked him, so what would you do against Carver Yaw if he pushes you back like that? He said, I'll push him right back. Yeah. He got 2 big wins though, man. Wilder and Zhang back to back.
Oh yeah, back to back. And remember, he's also got a win over Andy Ruiz as well. Joe Parker. They fought a number of years ago. Joseph Parker's got a sneaky good resume.
Yes, he does.
He's got a sneaky good resume, and he showed a lot of resolve in that last fight too with Zhang. And that's the thing. Sure and that's why I say if Wilder can get past the middle rounds, I like the chances against Zhang, because Zhang just doesn't seem to have another gear.
No.
Because he dropped Joseph Parker twice. He should have been able to close that fight out. I'm not saying he should have stopped Joseph Parker, but at the very least, he should have been able to bank more rounds to secure the victory. But he didn't really seem to have the juice to do so. Yeah,
the gas tank. Yep.
See, when he blew a gasket pretty early.
Yeah.
Pretty early.
Lost it for him.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you got anything else, Ant, before we get up out of here? I appreciate you.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Okay, no problem. Glad you came up. Okay. Oh, yeah, 8 o'clock tonight too, right, Ant? 8 o'clock tonight for the Casuals Corner, right?
Yeah, I got the thing set for 7:45.
Okay, I will be there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's Ant McQueen, everybody. Look for Casuals Corner tonight at 7:45. Appreciate everybody that came through today. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT, Trey Skills 42, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Showtime the Guy, PASS, Flawless Mentality and Black Entertainment, hosted by Dr. Mark, Coach Thomas Morris, Just Do Boxing, The Voice, BN Boxing News, Horry Franks, hashtag JBT, Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag JBT, that's Rebo, Mike Masick, The Mighty Rise Podcast, hashtag JBT, Tim Layton, hashtag JBT, Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey, William Old School Orant, hashtag JBT, and Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. And appreciate the panel. BN Boxing News, Old School, Ant McQueen, and Remo. Appreciate them fellows coming up, participating in the JBT panel discussion. All great, knowledgeable boxing guys. And don't forget, Casuals Corner 7:45 tonight. And now it's time for The Voice. Should be already in progress. So let's get on over there and check him out. Tomorrow is all about Olympic boxing. Everybody have a great day. Cass Sports.